This is what it comes down to, guys. The third game between Lambo and Morrow. Morrow is starting on heavy rain at the top of the map, and at the bottom we have Lambo. And well, we had a little bit of a delay with the game start since there were a lot of people that wanted to catch this match. And Morrow did say, not actually without reason, that he really would like a few less people to commentate the match, since this is the most important game for him right now, and he practiced for this for months, and there were already a lot of streams in there which should be sufficient, which is actually the case. So a few of the casters left, and I want to give a big shout out especially to Morrow, who could have totally forced his way into this match, but then said like, okay, I understand, and I'm gonna cast either a different match or gonna cast off another stream. So big shout out to him, to the German caster here, being that understanding and actually agreeing with the player and leaving the lobby without having to. So in this scenario now we have Morrow and Lambo being on a 1-1 score, and with the top 6 qualifying, the winner of this match is going to be a part of WCS 2014 Season 1. The loser, I think, still has a shot playing in a consolation match against another opponent. That's not part of the grid that we saw earlier, so I guess that has to be like manually arranged by the admins. At least that's how I explain it to myself right now. So winning this game would definitely save you a lot of trouble, let's put it just like that. And Morrow and Lambo, they play good games. By the way, am I the only one who every single time he sees the name Lambo wants to go for Lamborghini? I'm not sure if he's like that good, but well. Lambo has played good games, and he was super aggressive in game number 2. It was a little bit interesting to see that Morrow completely decided to play without tanks. I mean, he had a massively set up defense in the middle, and he allowed his opponent to just walk past that and then sandwich him from two sides and take down the defense with banelings and roaches. But a few siege tanks would really have gone a long way in this particular scenario. So I don't know, I'm not quite sure why Morrow decided not to get any tanks at all, because he also didn't get too many Widow Mines, but in the end Lambo was quite happy about that, took that game and won the series pretty convincingly there. So right now we have Morrow and Lambo in the third game, which is still going to decide everything. And the opening for Lambo that we saw so far, 2 games in a row, was 4 queens without gas or later gas taken into third. Would be surprised to see something else. Because right now this would, right now, why would he change it? It worked quite well for him in the opening, so changing that up would be a little bit weird. He has already an Overlord in position at the natural here that cannot be seen because of that nice plateau right here. Overlord on the other hand sees everything, and a second one moving into position to get the main base. And well, at the bottom right, what we currently see for Lambo is the same build again. So, at least up to this point. He has 2 queens queued up and is probably going to start queen number 3 and number 4 very soon. No gas taken for him just yet. So, looks like this is going to be exactly the style that he prefers. The build that he loves and that he's comfortable with, you should always use that in a match like this and not take too many crazy chances. It's actually fun. Because sometimes, when you talk to programmers, oftentimes they practice a build and then in the heat of the battle or because of the situation they go for something completely different just because they feel like it. And you can actually argue quite a bit about if that's good or bad. Like, of course you should always follow your intuition to some point, but at the same time if you practice a build you might as well stick with it. So it's a discussion that has been going on for a long time, and you ask like 5 different people and they all give you different opinions. But yeah. My personal opinion is stick to your guns, and that's what he's currently doing. I love when players throw in the occasional cheese every now and then or mix strategies up, but he should have practiced those quite a bit before you do if you're playing on such a high level. So for now we have that third base, and it's basically the same style. Late gas, 5:30 to 6 minutes, going into the Roach Warrior and then off 4 queens and taking that third base, securing it with roaches, spreading creep with the double queen at the front, making sure that the creep is spread and connects base 2 and 3. And that's exactly what we see right here once again. Without any threat of Overlords being taken down, we have now also the Overlord spread pretty efficiently here, so he sees everything that's happening. Like, for example, Hellions, immediately scoutable. The Overlords in the end might have to retreat a little bit if Morrow decides to be more aggressive on the map or even builds a Viking, which he hasn't done so far. So, yeah, let's see what we have going on right there. So, at this point, We have the Hellions just being forced back by the Queens again, trying to take down maybe a Tumo or two. That's the only thing that we really can do in this situation. But as a Terran player that is. But the lair tech has been started, and he's really skipping speed for the Zerglings quite often. He wants to get that lair tech a lot faster than his speed into the links. That is what we are seeing here once again. So starting to the top left, we have still the Overlord being chased away, and that is thanks to the vision granted by the Orbital Command here. We have to the top in the main base now the double engineering base started, so the upgrades coming a lot faster for him than they did in the previous games. And also with the extra barracks here, the production is just gonna being kept up. No saturation there, no big saturation. He's supply blocked because he lost the Overlord, so he cannot really build a lot of units right now. With the drone count that we have, he could just drone up again. But he's getting a lot of Overlords. Guys, he's going to do it again. He's going to go for full aggression here, I feel. Baneling Nest is coming in. Or does he just do it as a precaution in case he loses another Overlord? Might also be a case, but he has still 3 lined up. I guess he could do both there. He's still droning and also protecting his assets against the Hellions here. And 1-1 coming in. Is he gonna go for Roach and Banelings again? No siege tanks for Morrow. Right now he doesn't have any siege tanks or anything like that. He does not even have he's not even getting anything that can produce siege tanks, since we do not have tech labs. We have reactors once again being built. And well, this army moving on the map, guys, this could get ugly. This could get really ugly. 4 additional Overlords. He's really preparing for another attack with Roach Baneling. And a massive one with 1-1 upgrades on 3 bases. And I'm not sure if Morrow is ready for this. I really don't know. Like, if you look at the army, the Bioforce here is strong, but there are no Medivacs just yet, so he can't drop, he can't circumvent this. There are no siege tanks. The Widow Mine count is at 0, that's nada. And an attack is gonna hit soon. An attack with roaches and everything is gonna hit very, very soon. We have now 25 roaches. We have, in terms of army supply, 74 against 56, and it's also about the upgrades and very much about the composition here. Only small numbers of roaches are being used as a bit of a scouting force that forces the Hellions back. The rest is just moving in here. And he saw, I think, now that there is a dropship coming. But he needs more than that. I mean, Widow Mines, he needs a lot more than those that he has already. In the main base, we have the Lynx just waiting for the drop to happen. And there is no Widow Mine with the drop, so only bio units. And, well, we have Lambo at 140 supply. He's getting a massive amount of Banelings. He's getting Zerglings. That attack here should be taken out. Where are those Lings? There they are. And, yeah, the Marines are already gone. And Morrow, is he going to be ready? Is he going to be ready? He's going for mass bunkers here once again. He's getting his bunkers into the game. But Lambo, he has to attack with this. If you go for Roach Baneling, you need to do damage. You cannot wait too long. Roaches are horrible in the late game against Terran. They are really bad. So you need to hit when your army is really strong. We have 8 Marauders. That's quite a decent amount of Marauders. But here we go. The battle in the middle of the map already started. He's picking up. He's going away here, but Lambo is not done. He's going for it. More and more Lings are being built. More and more Banelings are being morphed. We have the 2-2 for Morrow started. Here are the Widow Mines. We have the bunkers there. Can he really make this happen? Even more coming in. This is a lot of Zerg power that Lambo currently has at his disposal. 90 army supply against 58 Speedlings for the follow-up. He needs to send some units in here to tank those Widow Mine shots. Widow Mines to the rescue. Here come those Widow Mine hits. They are not good enough. They are definitely not good enough. Where are the reinforcements? He needs the Speedlings. He's moving in with the Banelings. Banelings already gone. Maybe a little bit too fast. Morrow is holding for now. He's holding. He still has a couple of bunkers, and a few of those are going to be done in just a second there. And Lambo is doing the damage. He has a 30 supply lead over his opponent right now. Going down on that 3rd base. Taking down as much as he can. The mules obliterated already. A 40 supply for the German Zerg player. He can take down the Orbital Command. The Orbital Command is already burning down. It's already burning. And Morrow, he has to put it into his main base. He needs to send an SAV over to repair that as fast as possible. Another set of Banelings is already being built. 2 bunkers are left. One of them nearly down. There comes the SAV for the repair. At the front, we have the 2 Widow Mines trying to get their shots off. Not doing too much damage. And here comes Lambo once again. Morrow with the defense. He's trying hard. Can he really pull this off? He has the front here secured, but those guys are going down. Still, the orbital command is being repaired here, and Lambo cannot break through for now. He's not breaking through, at least not now. He has more supply, 30 additional supply. The army supply is at 84 against 57. The roaches moving in. Look at this roach force. They're sniping the bunker. He's moving in again. The banelings are going to be there in just a few seconds. The Widow Mine's already in cooldown. More SCVs are going to die. We have currently only 53 against 54 harvesters. SCVs killed 33 already, and once again that orbital is burning. The extra banelings are still there, but so far Lambo hasn't won that match just yet. Both of them with nearly the same amount of resources lost. No fourth base for Lambo. He's moving in supply blocking mode. Oh my god, supply block. Morrow cannot get any additional units into the game. He cannot produce anymore. Here come the SCVs of the mineral line. Never a good sign for a Terran player. And this is looking like it might be it. The banelings moving in. Both of them at the same supply. This is so close. That is so damn close. 40 supply, army supply for both of them. The third base economy is absolutely shattered. At the natural, we have still SCVs going down against roaches. And this is just so much damage here done by both of them. We have better economy for Lambo on 3 bases, and also just the better bank for him. Resources lost more for the Zerg, but at what cost did the Terran player hold here? He's moving out right now. He has a lot of medivacs, but not a lot of units that he can heal up there. There is still one Zergling. No burrow upgrade, if I'm not mistaken. No, he doesn't have it. He can't really prolong the third for mining. And this is just the time where Lambo, he has to go for a second wave. He does not scale well enough into the late game. He's getting the +2 attack upgrade. And talking about upgrades, we have 2-2 for Morrow, and that's one of his biggest advantages at this point. Sending an empty medivac over, God knows why. Trying to scout maybe a little bit if there's a fourth base, which is not the case. And this was a good hold by Morrow. Morrow holds, and how many SCVs does he still have? 49 against 54. Is Lambo running out of steam here? It looks a little bit like it. We have 2 medivacs just basically trying to scare Lambo into submission, scare him into staying in his main base. And this was an incredible hold, and 3-3 has been started. Lambo has to gear up for another assault. He has to go in again. There is just no other option for him. He cannot possibly win this by a tech switch right now. The 3-3 is already researched, and as soon as that's there, it's going to be a massive problem. This is the attack, the final attack of Lambo. He has to move in. Does he really have what it takes? Widowmine hit number 1 is decent. Widowmine hit number 2 kills only a few units. The third base is being attacked once again. Nice evacuate here on those SCVs. Doing a great job with this once again. And it's time for the Widow Mines to shine. The Sim City of Morrow is good though. He has a really good Sim City here. He is trying to make this work against his opponent. Those choke points, those funnel positions. Here comes the lift on the orbital command. And here are the banelings taking away the Marines as well as they can right now. Still a 20 supply lead for Lambo. In army supply, this is 63 against 52 that we currently have here. And the Zerg is running away once again. Lambo is starting to fall off. The 3-3 is halfway done, and once those upgrades are through, Morrow is going to take a significant lead in army strength. This is going to be brutal. Lambo is being forced back, and it does not look good. Time is working in Morrow's favor right now. Those bases have been mining for quite some time. In the main base, we have the mineral patches nearly gone. At the natural, they are already about to be depleted, whereas Morrow, yes, he has no patches in the main base either, but this third base has been barely mined from, and he can always just fly away with the orbital, and he is doing it. He's flying to the left side right now, and Morrow is waiting for his 3-3 to be completed, and once that is the case, he can really just go to the bottom right of the map and take his win, because this is bad news for the Zerg player. The defense of Morrow, it was good enough. The Sim City working in his favor. The building placement at that natural really going a long way here. And once again, the Zerg player is trying. He's trying to move in, but it might be too late. The 3-3, it is done. The max upgrades, and let's just look at the upgrades here for a second. 2-1 against 3-3. That's the current state of the game of the units that we have here. Resources lost 18,000 against 15,000. Here comes the Zerg. He's moving in once again. He had already one last stand, at least I thought so, but this has to be the final one now, doesn't it? He goes in once again. Morrow with a stim, with a splits, with a move back, taking a lot of units down already as CVs are being attacked here. Here comes the Terran player, moving out a little bit, just dancing around, waiting, biding his time, waiting for more units to come into play, waiting for the Medivacs to heal up his Bioforce, and there we go. This has to be it, this battle. Is he breaking through? Is Lambo bringing this to an end, or is it Morrow who chases his opponent away? It looks like the Terran player will be successful in the end. Still behind in overall supply, but in resources lost. The Zerg players falling off more and more. We have a 4th base already for the Zerg player, for the Terran player. The Zerg doesn't have a 4th base. He does not have one. And now Morrow, with the 3-3 and the production that he has, the income that he has, he is gonna take a lead in the game, and he is just gonna get more and more successful, more and more dangerous to the Zerg player. That supply advantage is absolutely misleading right now. Here comes Morrow once again, moving in, trying to save his bases, trying to go for the flank here, doing the damage, starting his stutter steps, starting his splits, the Widow Mines with the damage, and Lambo, he is being forced back. He kills the command center though. He kills the CC. That was a big win. Kills the command center here. Once again, the stutter step of the Terran player. But the supply is starting to even out a little bit, and this is exactly showcasing what we've been talking about. This is the problem that Lambo is facing, that he is so far behind in upgrades, that he has a composition that doesn't scale into the late game, that is really starting to fall off. He cannot just simply get a Spire right now and suddenly switch in the Mutalisk. That's not going to happen. He doesn't have the resources to do it, and his income is about to be depleted. Just look at this, 2 mineral patches in the natural. That's nothing. The few that we have in the main base are about to be gone. He doesn't have the income anymore. Just looking at the income, even with the 2 base that Morrow has, he's looking much better right now. He doesn't mind gas, but what would he need gas for at this point? He already has enough gas to get a few additional Marauders and Marines. That's what it's all at now. He is bringing them into the game. He's bringing them onto the table. Command center is being built once again. Once those patches are gone, he can lift another orbital over, and it's time for Morrow to take its price. He is going to qualify for this season, if not for a massive bailing hit. That's the only thing that Lambo can hope for. And with the dances that we have from Morrow, I just don't see it happening. Maybe the bailings from the side. No, the Widowmine is good enough. He's lifting, and he's moving back. And this is the supply advantage that Morrow needed, that Morrow wanted. The reinforcements are there. The bailings are being sniped one by one, not doing the damage they need. The supply has evened out, and there is just not enough income anymore for Lambo. But Morrow is also starting to get very low in mineral patches at his 3rd base. So it might not be over just yet. Maybe with the 3rd base. Does Lambo have the resources to get a 3rd? No, he doesn't. He doesn't have those resources. He doesn't have them. He's building them anyways. He is taking a step back, not getting units anymore, and instead trying to get that 4th. Making the decision here, trying to just win the next fight. The army supply is looking 50 at 100 though. Morrow has nearly no harvesters, and that results in a massive army for him. Closing that gap here, and maybe walking around right now. Once again, the orbitals, they are there. Mineral patches nearly gone. The income, oh my god, it's so low for both of them. But the army is just so big. Drop in the main base, spreading his opponent out. Really good move. There we go, trying to make this work, going down on that base over here, another drop right there. He's basically everywhere at this point. Running into Widow Mines is not gonna save the day here. Morrow with the splits in the main base, still active with a drop. The spawning pool is gone. No more Zerglings here for Lambo. And Morrow, he's falling off in overall supply. And he also doesn't have the income. But this base over here was taken out. It's not going to be a factor anymore. In the main base, the lair was nearly taken out. And looking once more at the army supply, we have this massive lead for Morrow that he will finally bring into a win for himself. He has the reinforcements streaming in. The dropships are doing a really good job using the high ground position to put another nail into the coffin of Lambo, taking down the drones right over here. And yes, at the bottom, we see now Lambo trying to really do something with the last few remaining bendings that he has, getting that spawning pool back into the game. But Morrow is utilizing the mobility that he has. There's the GG, and Morrow qualifies for WCS Season 1 2014. Congratulations.